Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So as you guys see, I am on the Lowe's website, and I'm looking at the riding lawnmower options here. Um, so I'm looking at Lowe's because I'm kind of starting to realize that I'm not going to find anything in the commercial aspect of what I want. So I'll show you what I mean. I have a list here, and you guys might be able to correct me, but I'll show you what I've got going on, and you guys can kind of judge what I've got. So here's what I want. This is for the future mower purchase. Obviously, you guys know that my 19 horsepower Ariens, 42 inch cut lawn tractor has died on me. Unfortunately, the transmission went out. I know a lot of you guys are, well, it's not very expensive. Yeah, it's about $800, and I only paid $1,200 for that unit 4 years ago. So I've taken it very well. I mean, it has original tires, original belts. Obviously, blades have been replaced, but it's been a great mower. And as you'll see, there is some options from them as well that for the replacement. So anywho, so this is what I absolutely need. I need a 42 inch cut. I know in my video I said 46 or maximum 48. However, the more I thought about it is I have at least 2 gates that I go through that are I have to actually lift up my chute to get through, and it still will catch on that gate. And that was my previous 42 inch cut. Now I do need to measure that total width to make sure that it's going to fit. So I'll do that. But for right now, we're going to stick with the 42 inch cut. I cannot really do a 46, and definitely can't do a 48. And then anything bigger than that is, it very limits my capability. So we're going to stick with 42. Right off the bat, right there, 42 inch cut is almost impossible to find anything in the commercial market. Again, if you guys know of anything, I've looked and looked and can't find anything. I know John Deere's lowest, I believe it's their 915 M or E or B. They change the model numbers on that all the time, but it's the 915. It's their commercial deck with the 7-iron, and the absolute smallest deck they have is 48 inch. So again, the commercial market's just not really lined up for these smaller gates like that. So that's why I'm going to be shopping with a big box store. Again, I have a credit card with Home Depot, but I have a lot of it's tied up with the recent purchase of the Toro and stuff. So we're going to try to go with Lowe's. So moving along, it needs to be 20 plus horsepower. My current model is a 19 horsepower, and I just kind of wish it had a little more ump to it. So we're going to stick with 20 plus. I used to run a zero turn, and pretty much it was a commercial application. It was for the ADC that I worked for, and they had I want to say almost probably 24 inch tires, if that sounds crazy. It was a Bush Hog 62 inch deck. Zero turn, wonderful unit. I absolutely love that unit, and but it had bigger tires, and that's what I wanted to keep with. I've looked at John Deere's, and I've looked at the Hustler actually from Lowe's, and you just see those 18 inch tires, and you'll get down to the lower, the towards the bottom of my list. You'll see there. It's just I don't think it'll fit for me. With that Bush Hog, I had the foot deck lift assist for the deck. It was obviously heavy for 60 inches, really heavy. And it was really nice when I needed to mow over, say I had some tree stumps. It was just nice to be able to just lift it up and then set it back down instead of, having to pick it up, stop, pick it up, drive over the obstacle and then stop or put it back down. It's a pain in the butt. So definitely want the foot deck lift assist. Also want to go with a fabricated deck. My current mower had the stamp deck, and numerous times, again, it comes back to that lifting up. I hit a tree stump, bent the front. I think I only had it maybe 2 weeks, if that. That brand new unit. And then over the years it did get progressively worse, Once it bends, it's metal just that fatigues the metal and it continues to bend. So that was one of the issues I have with the stamp deck. So that being said, I want to stick with a fabricated deck. It's a little bit more rigid, and it shouldn't bend as easy. High back seat. I was even looking at possibly going back to or not going back to, but sticking with the lawn tractors. And again, I was at Lowe's the other day, and a lot of these newer mowers are coming with the mid-high or low back seats. And I just, again, if you look, the very next thing, big boy capable. I need these mowers to be comfortable for my big tail. And so moving right on, big boy capable. I looked at the Hustler. There was a couple other things that kind of didn't really perk my interest with that unit. I know it's a lot of people have said the Hustlers are great models, but it's just when you look at it in person, it's like, holy smokes, this thing is tiny. And I feel like if I'm going to sit on it, I'm going to break it. I didn't feel that way with the Bush Hog that I ran several years ago. And so I just, don't want to be, big boy on a little tiny, I call it a mosquito, so it needs to kind of fit my figure a little bit and be comfortable and be heavy duty enough to handle my big tail. Again, that lawn tractor, it ran 4 years without zero problems. I had one issue with the linkage I had to replace. I think I put maybe $140 into actual mechanical failures on that Ariens, and it's been a great unit. So I'm very disappointed that happened, and I could have been back to the big boy capable. That lawn tractor may not have been obviously the most heavy duty for my bigger size, but again, 4 years, I can't complain. And then heavy duty enough for semi-commercial use. Again, you guys know this is a hobby for me, but I still need to be heavy duty enough. So, and then overall, it cuts about 3 to 4 acres. That's probably on the high side. I don't know how big my yards are that I cut. Some are half acres, some are probably quarter acres, and then some are 1.5 or 2 acres by themselves. So that's kind of the list there, guys. I'll zoom back out, but that's kind of what I'm going off of my options are. Okay, so let's look real quick. I'm running out of time, so let's start with the John Deere. The John Deere 345R. It's got the deck lift, foot assist lift. Has the high back seat. However, unfortunately, this one does not have the bigger tires in the rear. So the 18-inch rear tires, this is kind of more or less third on my list right this second. Has the 22 horsepower motor, and I believe they're getting to with the easy oil change. Some of these are, I don't know if this one is, but you could buy it at Home Depot for $40, the easy oil change. So that's pretty cool, but I don't think this one has it. So that's kind of one thing there. That's the John Deere Z345R. Okay, so this is kind of third on my list in a sense. This is probably my number 2 option here. And again, this is the Ariens Icon 22 horsepower. It's their 42-inch cut. So you go for here. It's got the foot deck lift option there, and a fabricated deck. I do apologize. The John Deere does not have the fabricated deck. Again, not a game breaker or an option, but we'll go with it if it's capable. And then again, the rear size of that is 18 inches. So this is kind of second on my list of what I'm looking at. So let's continue on. And so my final, probably number 1 on the list here, is going to be the Ariens Icon XL 22 horsepower V-twin, and that's also the 42-inch. Now this kind of has everything I want. Has the foot deck lift assist, has the high back seat. It does have the armrest. However, my big tail, one or the other sides has to be lifted up to allow me to even fit in it or be comfortable in it. Especially if I have a phone on or if I have my iPod on or something like that. So 22 horsepower. So it's got the the engine size of horsepower that I want. It is a Kohler engine. No big deal. Again, I ran the Bush Hog that had a Kohler engine in it, and it was great. And then let's see, the rear wheel size is 20 inches. And then also this is a fabricated deck. So that's kind of the three that I'm looking at. And more or less leaning more towards this one. Of course, this has to be the most expensive one, but it has all the options that I want. Now, I know Gravely and Ariens are more or less the same company. And Gravely also provides I believe it's their XL, same. It's kind of the same thing, but I don't know right off the top of the head. So Gravely, I don't know if I have a Gravely dealer here in Orlando, but I'll definitely check that out as well. But again, as you guys can see, I'm kind of limited on the commercial applications with this list, and unless you guys know of a company that provides a brand that has everything I'm looking at here, let me know. Let me know in the comments below what to look for. So that's about it. Comment below what you think of my options, and if you guys know of any other options, and we will hopefully have that within the week of seeing what we're going to do with a new Zero-Turn. And I may have to go or keep with having a riding tractor. And I've looked at those as well. But comment below, give me a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.